Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to go with the tried and true formula of characters that I want to see in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now first off, if you guys enjoy my content at all, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment down below what you want to see next. For the next video, I think I'm going to take a comment from the comment section and do that. So if you want to see something specific out of me, go ahead and leave a comment for me, and we'll see where that goes. Anyway, let's get to the video. Now, here are 5 characters that I want to see as Echo Fighters in Super Smash Bros. Now, when I mean Echo Fighter, I'm talking something like a Daisy or a Chrom or something like that. I'm not going to count alternate costumes really here, such as Alf and Olimar, or all of the Koopalings and Bowser Jr., because I just consider those more alternate costumes instead of actual Echo Fighters. Either way, let's go ahead and get started with number 1. Before I go ahead and start, I just want to say that these characters aren't necessarily from the same series or publisher as the character that they will be an Echo Fighter from. I know that usually isn't the case because, Peach and Daisy, they're essentially the same character. They're both from the Mario universe. And the other Fire Emblem characters, they're all Fire Emblem characters. So I just wanted to clear that up before the video actually got into the list. Number 1. All 4 of the Breath of the Wild champions. I thought one of the coolest things about Breath of the Wild was definitely the Divine Beasts and the champions that you get to meet, even though they're ghosts, spoilers, when you liberate the Divine Beast from the Calamity Ganon. So, I thought it would be great if we could get all 4 of them in as Echo Fighters of existing fighters in the roster. The first one, Rivali, he's the most obvious. Falco, just with the bow and probably a shield for his down B. I mean, they're both birds, they both look similar. That would be easiest, the most realistic one. The second one is Daruk, and he's probably the second easiest of all of them to classify. I would probably have him as Bowser or DK because, he's a big guy, he's strong, does a lot of damage, takes a beating, and I think you could make a very similar moveset to those and have it be based on Daruk. Third is Urbosa. And this one was a little bit difficult, and I decided to go ahead and go with Lucario, but instead of Aura, it has, a lightning effect, and it has, that kind of design on it, because you're never really shown her fighting with anything, and so I thought that just having her, punching stuff in the face as the Mighty Warrior would be pretty cool. The last one was the hardest by far, and that's Mipha, because she's a healer and also fought with a spear, according to the game. So I thought that was really, really difficult to come up with, because there's not really a spear fighter in the game at all. So I decided to go ahead and go with make her an echo of Palutena, but with a spear instead of a staff. I know everyone hates Palutena, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You would probably have to change her side B and neutral B, but hey, what are you going to do? It's an Echo Fighter. They can have 2 different specials, I guess. Number 2. Hilda from Fire Emblem Three Houses. This one's pretty simple. It'd be Byleth, just instead of being focused on a sword, where most of your tilts and whatnot are with the Sword of the Creator, this would be more focused around axe usage. And I think that would definitely differentiate her playstyle from Byleth as a much heavier hitter. Number 3. Birdo as Yoshi's Echo. I don't know why this hasn't happened yet, but having Birdo as Yoshi's Echo makes a whole lot of sense. Just a slightly different character model, but have very, very similar abilities and whatnot. Maybe one different aerial or tilt or something like that, just to differentiate them, but nothing crazy. Number 4. Akuma from Street Fighter. I keep saying that we need more villains in Smash, and Akuma is pretty villainous. He was banned in a lot of Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition tournaments just because of how busted he was if you actually were able to input the code select thing on the select screen to be able to play him. And I think it would be really cool to have him even as an Echo Fighter of sorts of Ryu and Ken. That would mean Ryu has two different Echo Fighters because Ken's technically an Echo Fighter of Ryu. But I think that Sakurai loves his traditional fighting games, and I think Akuma would be really, really cool to see in the game. Number 5, Mrs. Pac-Man. Mrs. Pac-Man. You know, you just have essentially the same character as Pac-Man, but with a bow on it. This could be an alternate costume in all honesty, and it would probably be easier to put it in as one. However, I think you could easily replace the down B of Pac-Man because, number one, the fire hydrant is the most annoying ability in the game, bar none, other than maybe Game & Watch's up B. And when I think Pac-Man, I don't immediately think fire hydrant. So I think we should change that and have a different sort of down B for her to differentiate her from Pac-Man. That's my list. It's only 5 this time. I don't think we're going to be getting any echoes in the DLC pack anytime soon. If we do, that would be awesome, because more characters, even if they're just visually different, is always a nice thing to have, because if you're a big fan of this character, you would rather have them as an echo than not have them at all. So, if you guys like my list, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys later.